it don't happen without belief in Jesus. Because what Jesus is alluding to and getting to is the separation that occurred in the garden. Man couldn't do it, but God has placed him in position to put it back in order. Amen? Watch this. Moses was sent to the people, but before he was sent to the people, on the mountaintop of Sinai, in the voice as he was speaking, Moses asked the people, he asked the voice, who do I tell them sent me? Yeah. Why did he ask that question? Moses realized his confusions. See, Moses was born a Hebrew, he was raised Egyptian, and then he moved to a land where he was worshiping another God with the people that he married into. Everybody called God by different names. And in Egypt they served a God called Ra. So Moses on the mountaintop, he wasn't thinking about himself and just happy for being there. Moses was identifying with his mission, and he asked the question, who should I tell him sent me? That wasn't a blind question. Moses knew the Hebrews was crying out to Yahweh. Moses also knew that the Egyptian was crying out to Ra. And over in the Islamic community, they was crying out to
Allah.
Allah. Moses posed the question, who should I tell him sent me? And God gave the answer, tell him, I am. I am. Sent me. Now later on, I am going to show up here, amen?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus said to him, I am the way. And speaking of tongues. I am the way. Well, let's talk about I am for a moment. Because when Jesus said I am, it takes me all the way back to when God told Moses, tell him I am sitting there. And here we have years later, Jesus giving an answer to one of his disciples, and not only is he giving an answer, watch this now, he's putting a definite to the question. Tell him, Moses, tell him I am sent me. And Jesus responded to Thomas saying, I am. I am. I am what?
I am.
The way. We're not talking about a fleshly presence right here. Jesus is taking these people to a different level that's not dealing with the person that's standing before them. He's connecting his understanding, mother, to the people. And yesterday, I am the way. Amen? Listen to it. I am the way. Who is I am? I am is who Moses had to tell him sent him. Yeah. And if God told him I am sent him, come on somebody, who is I am? I am is a representative of God. I am is God. I am is the way. I am is used in the Bible by Christ in the book of John some 50 to 58 times. 58 times I am. John is trying to drive something to the people about I am. That's right. Come on, somebody. Who is I am? John calls him in 1858, truly, truly, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. John 6:40 said, I am the bread of life. Yeah. John 8:12 said, I am the light of the world. Come on, somebody. Yeah. John 10:9 says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out.
Yeah.
And find good pasture. Amen. John 10:11 said, I am the good shepherd.
Yeah.
John 11:25 said, I am the resurrection and the life. Come on. I'm just talking about I am. Who is this I am? I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. I am the way. It's what Jesus told Thomas and the disciples. The only way to God, according to Matthew 7:14, the way of escape, according to 1 Corinthians, the new and living way in Hebrews 10:20, the way of truth in 2 Peter 2:2, the right way, according to 2:15, the way of righteousness in 2:21, and 1 Corinthians 1:30. What is it about the way that is being delivered to us of so importance? What is it? Watch this. He told the disciples of the betrayal that was getting ready to happen. He also told them that he was getting ready to leave and it wasn't their time. Ain't that right? Peter bold enough to say that I can do it. And he said, no, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. And he did. In his denial, it made Peter do what? Run and hide. Isn't that identical to what Adam and Eve did?
Oh, yeah.
Ran and hid. Why? Because of our decisions. Much like us today, when we do something other than what God wants us to do we just stand bold and tell everybody what we did? No. We hide. We hide within ourselves. We hide within our thoughts. We hide within our mind. We hide within our people. We hide in places. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Will? Amen. Come on, somebody. I like to keep Will with me. Amen. Webster defines way as a thoroughfare for travel or transportation from one place to the next. I'm getting ready to come to a close. It ain't that much longer. It also defines it as an opening for passage. This door is the only way out of the room. The way. It's a passage that we can go through. The way. We can come in that way, we can go in that way, or we can go in that way. Or we can go out of any one of those doors. Ain't that right?
Right.
Jesus becomes the bridge that connects God and man. You hear that? Meaning the way to. The cherubim guards the way to the tree of life. Jesus becomes the way to God for man. Ain't that right? Now, the bridge is not a construction. We look at bridge and we say, well, they're going to build a bridge. No. Jesus ain't talking about a constructed bridge where you take parts and put together and it expand and extend over something. The Jesus bridge is a concept. It's a concept. And that concept means an understanding retained in the mind from experience, reasoning, and or our imagination. Mother, you said, except you believe in me. You can't believe unless you get control of your reasoning, of your thoughts, come on somebody, or your understandings, amen, your mindset, amen. He says in scriptures, except this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. You don't connect with us